right, 5'9 gamers, welcome back to another episode of the Ultra Spacetime Podcast. Today's episode 53, and it's called 81 Sparkings and a Dream. And as always, before we start off, don't forget, Twitch Prime is not a crime. Feel free to subscribe if you have your free Prime. If you don't, feel free to support us. Don't forget to follow us over on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Reddit, on TikTok, very important, all the good stuff. Iggy's doing a lot of fun edits over there. And with that said, today our panelists, let's call them that, it sounds very fancy, are Bradical. What's up, dude?
What up?
We have Jonniku. How are you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
Bruh, I feel like my desktop audio is... Can you say something again? I think I messed up my desktop audio.
Is it
yes,
low?
Okay,
or
there we go.
Is it fine? All good? All right, good.
All right, so again, Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What's up?
And we have the man who stays up for until 4 a.m. to do a podcast with us, Jonniku from Australia. How are you?
Good. It's actually daylight savings now, so it's actually 5 a.m.
Oh, that's even worse. Let's go.
I mean, it's all right.
Oh, yeah, at least you can sleep until 5, right?
I mean, I can sleep after the podcast maybe for 2 hours, and then you have to get up for work. So it's not too bad.
Sounds good. Thank you for being here, man. We have our Godkey Clapku friend Swift. What's up, dude? How are you doing?
Yo.
And we have our other Godkey Saiyan's friend, Noctis.
Hey, what's up, guys?
God Key mains unite.
Let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
So today's topics, we don't have that many, so we might go off on a tangent or twice or thrice. I don't know, but we're going to talk about the new units, Napa and Gohan. We're going to talk about the banner. And I believe the only other thing that we got since last time we actually were here was the raid. So with that said, Brad, how are you liking Napa?
So Napa's he's an odd one. I actually only did like 3 multis and I got him on the first one. Then I pushed my luck and I got crap on the next couple ones. But so I got him. Okay, he aesthetically is so bland. It's not even funny. Like the mouth attack is cool for his super. I dig that, no doubt. And I mean, he's in his underwear. Let's be honest, that's pretty cool.
That is true.
But his actual animations, it's literally just like using any other Napa ever. Which, I mean, that's not the end of the world because he's not exactly like, he's not Vegeta, so they're not going to really go out crazy. They could have given him some kind of ultimate. Like, it's really weird that he doesn't have something like that, at least in my opinion. Yeah. His stats are good. He does a lot of really good things. He's a really solid blue Saiyan. He's really good on Frieza Force. I'm a fan of the unit, for sure. He's definitely interesting. But, again, animations are kind of bland. Not a huge deal. What do you guys think about him? Because I would probably give him a solid, 7 to 8 out of 10. He's actually a really good unit. He's got plenty of support. He's got some good teams, and he does what he has to do for the teams.
The ultimate skill. He should have had Bomber DX at least, or something like that. Anything, just, yeah.
Yeah, just an upgrade. That would have been a good one. That's literally perfect for this Napa right here. That would have been great.
I know, exactly. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
You guys don't like a strike animation? Damn.
I like his strike card, though. I mean, because, you know,
so
he
odd
heals.
that it has blast armor on a Napa unit.
Yes.
That is naked?
That is right.
Naked.
He doesn't even have armor on his body, and he still has blast armor. It's just like,
Jeez,
okay.
man, what a tank.
Yeah,
I will say I didn't even think about the strike, because I didn't use him with my red LF Vegeta, the Saiyan Saga one that just came out. I didn't use him with him because they're both really low stars, and I was like, I'm not trying to play that game right now. Like two star
fair.
units hopping into PvP. But they both restoring ki on strike cards. That's pretty wild, actually. Like getting 5 ki for both of them on strike. That's pretty nuts, actually.
Do they? I didn't think Napa. I think Napa
know for
heals,
sure.
right?
No, I'm just reading it right now.
Okay.
Says strike cards that restore own ki by 5 when used.
When used, okay, because for Vegeta you can see it only when hit. But yeah, that's pretty good.
So if you just click this, you pull out of it. Both of those together, I mean, you got them both at 6, 7 stars. That's pretty viable. Plus you're having endurance. That's actually like pretty solid.
That's fair.
Let me check him out. Yeah, wow.
I'm not even kidding. I've only seen this Napa in PvP like 1 or 2 times.
Gotta come in with the
I don't
shade,
know
bro.
if
We're
I've
trying to be
seen him
happy about
once.
Napa. Come on, man.
Dude, I mean, looking at his kit, he doesn't seem like he's bad. Like he seems like he would actually be decent. You just have to have like a good team to surround him with. Like, you know, I think Gresh had a really good team for this guy. The Saiyan Saga team he made was really good, I thought. Obviously, he's got some pretty stacked units, but if you have a team like that, then I feel like this guy could actually be pretty damn viable. But
I mean, if we're looking at Saiyans, you still have Namaku, right? Like, let's be honest. If
Yeah.
you're looking at Saiyans, you're probably gonna rock that. But if you want something kind of different, you happen to pull him. You just happen to like Napa. He's at least good, and that's always good.
But does
because
Namiku have blast
when these
armor?
characters? Yeah, hey, you know what? I don't think he really needs it, but yeah, yeah. You know?
He has that
Namiku
blue
in his
card.
underwear.
That's true. That's true. I think you make a very valid point here, Noctis. It's very important.
I know, right?
But yeah, I agree. The strike animation looks also really sluggish. Just watching it right now, it's just like boom, boom, boom. It's almost, but it doesn't really look like it hits that hard.
Bro,
That's like
his
the most
audio
terrible
cues,
part.
at least in English, I don't for people that have English audio in their game set up, his audio cues are just hilarious, dude.
Like what?
Yeah, there they are.
He's just like grunting and stuff. Like it's just hilarious.
Okay, because I have it in Japanese, but I've only played him a couple of times, and then I was like, I forgot already.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite team to run him on then?
I would like Frieza Force. I think he takes that EX Frieza spot pretty nicely. I wouldn't pop him on Saiyans. You could do Z Saga or like what is it, Saiyan Saga?
Saiyan Saga, yeah.
With like LF Piccolo. He fits pretty nicely there. It's not bad. There's enough buffers to work with it. But I would probably go Frieza Force personally.
So who would you run alongside him? A pool squad, right?
Okay, look, I don't have LF Frieza. Okay, bro, like I don't have LF
off
Frieza. Let's not
everything.
pull that up. No, I'd have to go Copy Man and Jenku Man.
Yeah, I think
those are my
that's-
two go-to
But
for sure.
They're definitely Frieza Force. Kappa.
I don't know, man. Maybe Tendon Man. Maybe Tendon Man.
Yeah,
they're all
Tendon
really good. Yeah, those are my favorites.
At least in TOP.
Wow.
He'd probably be pretty good with Ape Vegeta.
Yeah, he'd
Yeah,
be fantastic. Yeah.
I think so. Does Ape Vegeta still have Frieza Force? I actually don't know.
He does.
I think so.
Probably does.
Yeah, he hadn't
right?
abandoned it
He does.
yet. He only abandons when he goes to Namek, I think. I could be wrong though.
Fair. Because then he's abandoning the Force. But yeah, I mean
check
Napa
real
itself. His blue card destroys strike cards and gets a little bit stronger. Other than that, yeah, an ultimate I agree would have been pretty nice. But then again, also Kid Gohan doesn't have one. But I mean that's a whole nother story we're gonna come to in a second here.
Oh man.
No, actually, I think is there anything else you guys want to talk about with regarding Napa? Because
So I would say if you happen to get him and you kind of need a nice Saiyan buffer, it's not a bad option to get him to 6 stars. You could use that 2k CC elsewhere for sure. But if you kind of like him and you're kind of like you don't have Namaku Zenkite or something, it's not the worst option you could make because he's got a pretty good Z ability at 6 stars. That's what I would say.
Yeah, 35% base strike attack and defense for Saiyan Saga Z or Frieza Force. That is pretty good. I just noticed he gets card draw speed for like 40 counts on his main, which is pretty nice.
that's true.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And he gets a large amount of key, isn't it like 70 or something? Like EX Broly kind of stat? Like that's like crazy.
Yeah, 70 key, and then I know his green card, he gets 30 key, and he actually draws 2 cards on his green, which is cool.
Yeah. So almost guaranteed at least a strike or a blast.
Bro, he's
card.
got it. I swear, he's got a decent kit. Like, his kit is not bad. It's just, it comes down to if you're running Saiyans, obviously Namek Goku is going to be the better choice. So if you're running, like Brad said, the Frieza Force team, or if you're running like some type of Saiyan Saga team, then maybe you can bring this guy into the battlefield. But I still feel like on Saiyans, just Namek Goku is going to be the top tier choice.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say so
Yep.
too. Yeah, so that's unit number 1 of this banner. And unit number 2, Jonniku, how do you liking the Gohan?
I mean, I don't have him. I tried doing some summons, but then I realized how bad the banner was. So I just walked away. But I've seen gameplay for him and I've read his kit. He's not that crazy. Just the bad thing is that it's another revival unit that happens to be another Gohan hybrid Saiyan. It's just like we don't really need this right now because we already have the other revival Gohan, and just Rising Rush is going to become so pointless. But I do like how he doesn't heal too much when he gets the revival. I think that's pretty good because I'm not too worried about like if they switch into him and I use Rising Rush, because he doesn't get too much health, and he also loses regeneration, I believe, once Piccolo dies, which I assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's just funny how like you can put him with regen because that's how most of his Z ability is at the start. And then he just loses that tag, and then regen's not really doing much for him after. So I don't know. He doesn't have like, he's not too crazy in my opinion. Just when you read him, it's not much of a kit. But yeah, just the fact that it's another revival hybrid Saiyan, that's what makes it annoying.
I mean, the fact they gave him regen is almost kind of funny to me.
It is.
It's like you're gonna be running Zenkai Buu no matter what.
No, they're gonna
Like,
Zenkai
Yeah,
buffing him.
that's true.
Regen revival unit, let's go. Oh, okay, I'm kidding.
You could set up like a team with like a double green option, and like, you know, when the situation is right, you can bring double green. But I don't know. I still think Zenkai Buu would be the better choice.
Yeah, more often than
I
not.
haven't
you're
really
not gonna
seen
do that.
anyone use him in regen yet. Has anyone else here seen him in regen yet?
No, I've seen him on hybrids a bunch.
Yeah, me too.
He's actually decent on hybrids because obviously we all know
Yeah.
hybrids is mostly Sun family, so like he's still buffing the team basically.
Yeah, get him to
and it's
6
just
stars
another
and-
green
yeah.
option with revival.
What I find crazy is that upon revival, he actually restores full ki. Also, like he actually gets,
He does,
a
right?
bunch of buffs, like 50% to his damage inflicted, 60% to damage inflicted for 30 counts. So it's 110% for 30 counts. Plus 30% to damage received for the enemy that is on the field. So basically,
So
when
I'm
it kills
assuming
you-
from
You
like a
just hit-
hybrids player's standpoint, you almost want to sack this guy off before the purple revival. Like let's say you're
Yeah.
running FSK, the purple Gohan, and this Gohan. You want to try to sack off this green Gohan first, and then kind of preserve the purple revival Gohan for late like end game strategy type stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it is annoying.
Also, don't forget on his
yep.
main, on the second main, he heals a whopping 10%.
Yeah, so weird.
I mean, realistically though, if you come back, you manage to hang on to him, that 10% is kind of clutch. Like you basically got 10% on your revival then.
Yeah, it's still
Essentially,
nice.
right? Like-
It's definitely still nice. It could have been
the one
higher, but
thing
it's still
Yeah,
I
nice.
because there's so
will-
much health, to be honest.
One
when
thing
he
I'll say,
revives.
man, I think we all like when Legends jokes around, right? They kind of goof sometimes, and it's like, all right, that's kind of funny. This is like the absolute worst unit to ever goof about. Like a revival Gohan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a joke. When he got announced, obviously he's not that great now, and that's good. When he got announced, dude, I don't know if they're trying to get on trending by releasing these characters when they do,
Yeah,
but I feel like
yeah.
that's gotta be their goals. They're trying to like irritate people to such a high degree that they start trending.
It's like
and then people
no such
download the
thing
game
as,
and
yeah. No
it's
bad
a
press.
backfire, man. I don't know though. I don't know. I feel like Legends gets a lot of bad press.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know, man.
I
Haven't
don't
they
know.
looked like how much people complain about hybrid Saiyans, being the best team and most annoying team, especially if Revival Gohan coming out. Now they give us another Revival Gohan.
Yep.
It's insane.
Oh my
like
God.
it,
Yeah.
and it's actually kind of unfair and unfun to an extent because it's like there's so many units that could have that. You could have just given me just a Piccolo. Like I'd have been just down some kind of Piccolo that he's the main character, and then I don't know, he sacks stuff off and it swaps out to Gohan. It could have been a lot cooler.
like
than
a
it's just
green
Gohan and
Saiyan
Gohan.
Saga Piccolo.
That would have been
Yeah.
so much better. Like,
Yeah,
I would have been
that'd
so
be
much more
cool.
down.
It would have been, yeah.
Because you're not going to choose him on regen over Fat Boo. That literally, actually, dude, now that I think about it, that would have been perfect. Like,
And then he
just a
comes
green
back
Saiyan
as like
Saga
a hybrid
Piccolo.
Saiyan. That would have been way cooler, personally.
It comes back to that no matter what.
Yep. No more region for you, but no hybrids before.
Bro, but I will say, so, I don't run hybrids a lot, but in my opinion, just because I play them a lot, from my understanding, the meta hybrid team is still red, yellow, purple.
Yeah.
Like FSK, Future Gohan, Revival Gohan. That's still going to be the meta team. So if you choose to bring this green Gohan over one of those units, you're almost putting yourself at a disadvantage. But having a green Revival option just on the bench And like whenever you run into these pesky like, you know, mono blue teams or like blue purple teams, you at least have a green option to bring that still has revival. But in my opinion, like it's not, I understand why people are upset, but I still think the meta team is gonna be that red, yellow, purple.
Yeah.
No matter what.
It changed nothing. Yeah. It didn't
you know what I'm
shift the team
saying?
at all.
But they
Like,
do have, you know, that green revival option now.
Yeah, that's
so
what I was-
I mean, that still helps hybrids.
I still feel like Ultimate Gohan could take that green slot whenever he gets his Zenkai. Like, it depends on how good he is, obviously, but with 2 saves,
yeah,
if
with
he's
the
even
double
mediocre.
coverage. Yeah.
Yeah, that green slot's gonna be snatched up real quick. Like,
Yeah, I mean, also
I can see that. I can see that.
I
He'd
think
be a
that
cool Zenkai.
Yeah, I think that.
Not now though. Not now though.
Yeah,
Like way in the future.
Why not right now? Why not right now?
Not
dude?
now.
Like,
Not
no.
now.
Yeah. Also, we
Next
need
round,
we need
bro.
another hybrid Saiyan that has rescue, so that you can actually stall out the revivals even longer.
Oh no.
But no, I feel like right now, I mean, the Gohan is taking the spot of Green Trunks, but that was
Yeah.
also not the super high bar to climb, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
So yeah,
And I think at high stars, he, you know, if I haven't ran into a 14-star green, this green Gohan yet, but I've seen a couple ones at like, you know, 9, 10 stars, and he seems like decent. He's still not too hard to take down. I don't think he has the best defenses. I've had times where like I literally just one-shot him with an ultimate or something like that. Like he doesn't really have the best defenses, but I think just having the revival alone is huge, especially when you're running him alongside FSK or future Gohan, revival Gohan, whatever.
yep, for sure. And I mean, it also just ends the combo right there.
Yeah.
He gets 2
Yeah,
carded.
that's true. So you can
and the
force
combo's
them
over.
to vanish or something and just let them die, and then you come back and they have no vanish. Stuff like that.
Okay, so real talk. We're coming up on like the Cell saga, essentially, right? Or like Android to Cell saga. I could see that green Super Trunks actually taking that spot, getting a Zenkai.
Yeah, I wouldn't
he buffs
mind some. That could
crits
be,
too.
yeah.
That could be crazy good. Even if he does like Green Vegeta family as like his buffer, he could definitely take that hybrid spot if he's good enough. They get rid of all, because they did that with Kaioken Goku. They got rid of his negatives on his kit, so they take away Super Trunks stuff.
Yeah. Imagine him just
used him the other
constantly
day.
fainting you on his strikes.
Yeah. You want hybrids to have feint on a strike card?
I don't want that. I'm just telling you. You can take that. I'm trying to look on the positive side, bro.
It's
Like,
an interesting Zenkai, but yeah, just not right now.
No, I feel we don't have enough hybrids yet.
well,
It
what
is
if he
what it
does
is.
nothing
true,
for
actually.
hybrids
You're right.
at
I'm
all?
sorry.
Like he's completely based on future Vegeta family or something like that. He does nothing for hybrids, even a little bit in his kit.
And that's
I
how
don't
they
think I'd
have to
mind it
handle these types of characters. They have to really, they have
Yeah.
to be careful how they do it. And lately they haven't been really being too careful, but they really have
No,
to, especially
no,
with Zenkai. Well, I will say with Zenkais, they've been being more careful. That's for sure. With Zenkais, lately it seems like
Yeah.
Zenkai's been more balanced.
Much more careful.
Much more
yeah.
tame, for sure.
When it comes to like them just dropping new units, then yeah, all these hybrids it's been pretty crazy. I feel like I'm hoping they're at the point now that they're just done with hybrids and they're gonna move on to a different tag and just start buffing up a different tag. Like I don't know what they're gonna do.
Gonna be
Well,
There's
like,
actually
if
a-
they do release an LF Cell, I'm just hoping that we don't get another Gohan with him.
He's gonna be green, and he's going to have a revival, and his second revival has endurance.
Oh my god.
Oh, and also he reduces his sub count by 10 when the opponent rising rushes, because that's needed.
Like I still see some people wanting Ultra Gohan, which I get because the animation would be cool, but I just don't want that right now. I see some people wanting a new Ultimate Gohan, like I said again, which will be cool, but not right now.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
I mean, okay, so we gotta realize, right? Like, we're what 3 years in now, like coming up on 3.5.
Right.
They're just gonna keep shoving Sun Family in your face at all times.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it's-
for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah,
How every
definitely.
3 banners or something, you're gonna get something related to Goku. I kind of wish Vegeta would make a resurgence soon. I'd be kind of down, like his whole family, but we just kind of have to acknowledge that, right? Like it's just how it is.
Let's just ignore that.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, Evolution Vegeta's goated, but that's like the only. I feel like that's really the only love Vegeta's gotten in a like a minute.
Well, yeah, I mean the
Yeah,
new
since, like, Angel
Ape
Vegeta, I
Vegeta,
think.
he's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
but
Angel
he
Vegeta and
doesn't
Ape,
do Vegeta.
Ape Vegeta.
He doesn't do Vegeta family though. That's the thing, which
Yeah.
he should because
Yeah.
his dad's name was also Vegeta. So I don't really understand why
True.
he doesn't do Vegeta family. But
It's like with
it's fine.
Bardock and Goku.
Yeah, but Bardock, he
Bardock
wasn't Sun
wasn't in
Family
Sun
because Sun
Family.
Family came from Gohan, but
I
Vegeta
guess,
got his name
yeah.
from his dad. It
In
doesn't matter.
Zircon, it's
an irrelevant
Goku's
topic.
family, so
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Bardock still has that tag. So
Yeah, and also one thing I just noticed watching the footage on screen is that's one thing that's also really annoying is those revival animations. They're cool like the first 3 times, and they will get old so quickly.
Yeah,
And then they
when
just
you're seeing
take,
them
like-
like literally every match.
This and then they take so long. Like
Yeah.
every time you see Oto-san, tasukete kureta, wah! You know, like Gohan screaming. It's just just leave me alone already. It's taking like 25 seconds of my
practice
life.
that?
Yeah, I was practicing in front of the mirror the entire day. Asked my girlfriend, how am I
Nice,
doing?
man.
And she was like, just shut up already. Your Dragon Balls.
this is off topic a little. I mean, it's still about Gohan and Napa. Just I'm rewatching Dragon Ball Z. Like, but I just finished Saiyan Saga, and just seeing these characters now, like I go, okay, it's pretty cool seeing this Vegeta and how they've done Gohan and well, Napa. The animations could be better, but it's for me, it's nice seeing Saiyan Saga support. But yeah, just I feel Gohan.
What do you mean? We got the
Oh my
Cybermen.
God.
Isn't that enough?
Yeah, the Cybermen too. I really love them as well. They're good in my opinion. What's the blue one's name? He's my favorite one.
Kai
Like, he's just-
Varuman.
You don't even
Yeah, I'm
know
not
him, bro. What do you
saying
mean? What's the? Come on, man.
I'm not
He's
saying
the
that.
goat. I don't know how you don't know
Varuman.
his name, man.
Dude, I know exactly. I know exactly 3 Cybermen. It's the Kaivara Man, Kyukon Man, the yellow one, and
Copy
Tenon Man, the
Man.
red one, because I use them in TOP right now.
What about Copia, man? dude?
Kopio Man is that's your brother.
No, but
Dude, let
I'm
me
glad
ask
to
you guys
see
a question.
Saiyan Saga stuff.
Do you think this Gohan, was it necessary for him to have Sun Family? Like obviously he would have the tag, but like I'm talking about like his specific Z ability buffing Sun Family. Do you think that was necessary, or
No,
could they
it's-
have just done Saiyan Saga?
It's never necessary to give some
They
family
did,
tags.
yeah, they could have just have Saiyan Saga, but then the question is, did he really have to have regen?
Yeah.
See, I think that's cool
ability's so
personally.
Yeah,
I think that's cool personally. But this is the first one that doesn't have a girls unit, right? Like all the other assist units have been on girls, right? As far as I know.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think so.
so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Broly and
Yeah, I think
Chilai.
that's true.
And then you went to the Great
Saiyaman.
Saiyaman 1 and
Mai.
2, Trunks and Mai, Kale and Caulifla. Yeah, this is the first one that doesn't have it. So I think that's why it looks a little jarring, because the rest of them have been like a girl's character and another character partnered together. Normally a Saiyan or like a hybrid, whatever else. So that's why it looks a little jarring. But if they keep that up, that can be really, really, really cool. They just got to use it properly. And it's just weird to give it to Gohan the first time they do it. It's like, bro, like, come on. We're coming up to the Cell arc. I'm sure Gohan's going to get some love soon. I'm not really going to worry about it. Like,
Might be. Maybe they can also get some, like Super Vegeta, a new one. You know, that fought Cell. We can get another Super Trunks, because they are also super old and haven't been revisited yet, except for like the extreme versions. I also feel like they could do new Super Warriors that are actually Sparkings. Like we still don't have a Sparking Tien.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We
seeing
don't have a
the comments
Chaozu.
that Gohan should have been Tien and Chaozu.
Yeah, something like that. You know, Tien and
yeah.
Chaozu, and then Chaozu blowing up.
but
and then,
it just doesn't sell, and I think that's the biggest problem. They're not going to make their money back, right?
I was about to mention that. Like, I think putting Gohan there was just to make it sell.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it has to be. That it's a business at the end of the day. So I think we all understand that.
Yeah.
But not Gohan. You could have sold Piccolo. Piccolo would sell. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's his
definitely.
dad.
You got to realize, I feel like from a
Oh,
free-to-play standpoint, or even like a Dolphin standpoint, you're not gonna realistically, like, most likely be summoning on like a Super Warrior, or like a Sparking TN banner or something like that, because it's not really gonna be helping any of your teams. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like, there's a
look
lot of
when
people that
Launch
are really
came out,
smart with their
like-
CC.
dude, Launch and Yamcha came out, and everybody made fun of it. And it's like, bro, y'all said you wanted us.
Yeah, people
like,
just skip.
Yeah, and they were actually
Yeah.
good. Like they were not bad.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, they were not bad. Let's say.
Like launch is pretty good. Like Yamcha's okay.
Launch is good. Yeah, I can deal with. Yeah,
got
Launch.
you.
Is
Yeah,
good,
Launch
but
is actually not bad at all.
Yamcha got shafted. Like he's just okay.
I mean,
It's like,
Swift,
I'm not gonna use
you
him,
know
but-
how good launch is, right? Spoilers. Yeah, but all in all, I also don't think. I mean, Goresh titled his video "Totally Necessary Green Revival Gohan," so I mean that says a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I think Mist in chat also said that his whole existence was not necessary. And I kind of...
Bro, that video Goresh made where it was just, I think he just titled it like okay or something like that.
Oh yeah, where he went over the
And
kits.
Oh, that was hilarious.
he was
man.
going
That
over the
was-
kits and his
Oh my god.
Okay, goodbye.
that video was
That was
hilarious.
good.
I mean, also, while we're plugging our own members, ZVG made a video. It's like Legends has a hybrids issue, and then actually it turned into like Legends has a Gohan issue. And
I saw that. I mean, he's not wrong. Normally ZVG spits facts. Every once in a while, ZVG's got a hot take or two, but I think most of the time he's spitting facts.
everybody needs some copium from time to time, right, Noctis?
Yup.
But yeah, I mean, somebody saying 2 back-to-back, or I guess almost back-to-back revival Gohans is a little crazy. I agree with that. It's like just okay. Sun family is now Gohan family.
Yeah, basically. And you really have the option to build, a more Saiyan-based team, or you can build, a straight-up hybrid team, or you can kind of mix the two and you can get the best of both worlds. I see a lot of people that rock like FSK Gohan alongside Green Super Saiyan 3 and Namek Goku, or, maybe they throw Angel Vegeta in there. There's a lot of weird different combinations you can make.
Speaking of ZVGs in the chat,
Yeah, of course he is. This man's always there when we need it. All right,
go.
but
Let's go. Nice.
since we now talked about the units, let's talk about the banner. Because reasons.
Oh.
So Swift, take it away.
Okay, so
Oof.
for whatever reason, this All-Star banner is a little bit differently set up. It is like how many sparkings? Over
It's 81.
81 sparkings, and they're all
81.
1%. So when you look at the banner's units, right? The first 10 to 15 units are not bad. There's actually some good units on the banner. Obviously, you
Like
got the
Yellow
new
Broly.
units. I think I saw Clapku on there. I saw, there's some decent units at the top of the banner list. And then as you keep scrolling down, it just goes on and on with so many sparkings. They're literally all 1%.
0.1.
So
0.1%.
you're literally, it might be like, I think as a GSP, it might be guaranteed sparking per multi, but
Yeah.
you're just literally like, rolling the dice. You don't know what you're gonna get. You could spend 10k CC and get all old units and not even get a new unit. There's no increased rates for the new units, which is something I think we normally see on these banners. Is there's
so the rates are
slightly increased rates.
1% for the new units and 0.1% for everything else.
Yeah. So now it's like literally all 1%. There's 81 units. Let's just say that's 100 units. So you literally, you have a 1 in 100 chance, basically, almost, of getting the unit that you want. So it's going to be really hard to, pinpoint a unit. If you're trying to get the new units or, the Kid Goku or TOP-17 or Clapku, it's going to be really hard to pinpoint these units while you're summoning. And that's the major, disappointment when it comes to this banner. I don't know. What do you got? What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's why the podcast episode is called 81 Sparkings and the Dream, because try getting them they're 1% drop rate out of all cards, right? So it's still 10 times more than all the other Sparkings, which are 0.1. But the problem is, as a player that has been playing the game for a long time, I'm just going to randomly scroll down and say, I don't want to pull the green Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku. Like, no. Just no.
Yeah.
I mean, the only good thing about this is that they also put the girls unit on there, which have been on very little banners because they have been on like this special like Legends Girls Rising or whatever it was called. And now you can get them, like for example, the red Android 18, which is really fantastic for Tournament of Power. But other than that, they don't find any use. And I mean, honestly, if I want the yellow Bardock, I'm going to get him from the Z-Metal shop, right? Or from the ticket shop, because the ticket shop is great. And all capping aside, they could have just updated the ticket shop instead, with the Legends Limited tickets. Because that has not been updated for now? 2 years? I don't know.
I think it just gets tiresome when it's like, because all I can imagine is they hear us complaining, or we complained the last couple of times, like, I don't want to pull all these old units and all this stuff like that. And like, all right, we hear you. We're going to increase these rates and lower these rates. Well, they're going to keep the rates the same on the new units and lower the rates of everything else. And it's like, that's not how you do it either. Like, that's the total opposite extreme of what we want here. Like, I think we were all fine with all the Legends All-Stars units kind of being featured on there. Maybe give them like a 0.7, instead of like a 1 or a 0.1. Maybe give them like a 0.7 on the old All-Stars. All the new All-Stars, or the 2 new ones, have the 1%. And then you have a little bit of filler. That's going to happen. That's not a huge deal. I don't need 79 filler units. Like that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, brother. Like, I can get down with like 10, I've seen Dokkan have sometimes that they have like their 10 featured banners and people are like, oh my gosh. It's fine. That's not a huge deal. Not 70 plus. Like, that's just too many. Like, it's not even funny at that point. It's like, just literally do not summon on this banner.
Do you guys remember?
Do
Yeah.
Do you guys remember
Do
the
your
times
dailies.
when the banners had 5 sparkings on them? That's all there
Yeah, I
was.
feel like a boomer
Yeah.
when I say I feel like a boomer when I say I remember that, bro.
I
Like,
remember.
Yeah.
It is totally different.
Yep. I mean, you had like a 20% chance of putting the new units, and you were still able to actually buy them from the shop. One of the 2 units, like for example, IT Goku was you could just get the pack from the shop and obtain them like this. And
Same with
Yeah, dude,
Galaxy
25
Plus,
bucks. I got a
remember.
copy. Good to go, and I'm out.
Yeah, you're
Could you
safe.
imagine now if you could buy the copy and then you could multi-Z power them up? That'd
Yeah,
be
I
so
guess-
good. Like 25 bucks, boom, I got the unit 6 stars. I'm in.
Yep.
I'd take it. I'd be happy.
And then also,
too,
I
but-
mean,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jonniku.
Oh no, it's just like I did a few summons on the banner and like all I got was outdated sparkings, to be honest. Like honestly, it's not worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
Seeing old transforming, Cooler, Frieza, got fusions of muscle as well, the one from last year. Like honestly,
I mean-
it's not worth it.
I think the worst ones are actually Red Transforming Revival Cell and Green Goku Black, because they have been on every single goddamn banner
Yeah.
for the last 1.5
Yeah.
years. Like everybody
Bro,
is
normally?
like bound to have them 14 stars at one point, right? Jesus.
Yeah. Dude, normally when I see Clapku return, I'm like, I usually advise like if you main God Key, definitely summon. It's worth it to get some copies. But this banner, I'll tell you right now, is not worth summoning on. Unless
No, it's
you
not.
really want to chase the new Gohan or the new Napa. But even then, you got to go into it with the mindset of knowing that it's not going to be easy.
Or you're brand spanking new, you just started during the 3rd anniversary.
Yeah.
Then
Then-
you can
then it's
summon on
good.
these kind of banners. Yeah, because there's enough stuff
Oh,
that
yeah,
it's like
that's
you're
true.
probably going to
That's true.
need everything that's here, at least to an extent. So that's fine. Maybe you get a couple units here to 7 stars, get their Zenkais. That's cool. That's all fine and understandable. But if you've been playing for longer than a year, no. Just do your dailies. The very last day, if you want to
Yeah.
chuck in like 2K or something, do it up, and then you just walk away and you take your L or you get one of the units. Like, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having patience and just doing your dailies is huge. I can't tell you how many times I've pulled an all-star unit from a daily.
Or an adventure ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
Noctis, what are your thoughts?
This banner is not worth it.
Just don't do multis, like straight up, do not. This format is so terrible. Like even if you look at it, you have like a 2% chance to pull a new unit, and then what? It's over. You cannot pinpoint anything else. Anything on featured, you cannot pinpoint. Like 0.1 is unnecessary. And going into a banner with a 2% chance to get something you kinda want or want really badly is still pretty bad in my book. And they're not that good, so no, just don't. Do dailies and ditch. Don't do multis. Don't get
All the
tempted.
people
Don't get
listening to
tempted
us
from
that
the
win in
missions.
like 15K without looking at them. They didn't look at the rates, and they win in like 15K, and then they looked at it afterwards. They're all like, yeah, well, wish
That's
the
why.
podcast had happened the
Also-
day this banner came
Dude,
out.
to be
the
honest, them
rates weren't
switching
as
up
good.
the format is kind of, I don't know. I feel like
It's sneaky. It's
yeah,
very
it is.
sneaky.
It is, dude.
because
It's not like they
Your
It is.
average
did they-
player is not a content creator. Like, they're not going to look at that kind of stuff and think, yeah, they're going to change it again when it's been
Yeah.
the same since All Stars started. You know what I mean? Like,
Also-
they haven't changed it. Like, good.
Don't only look at the scouter featured units, right? Always look at the rates because of this, basically. Don't expect them to have like a 1% chance or 0.5. No, I always look at the rates and not at the scouter only thing before you summon. Like straight up make sure what rates there are. Because no one there wasn't in the news that they changed the format. You just look at it and it's trash. Did they tell you on the page? No. You just gotta look it up. So don't expect to have like the Clapku be at 0.5% only because he's at the Scouter, or that SSJ3 Goku or the Oob. No, they're still at 0.1. Just look, always look at the rates. Don't go in blind.
That's some
Don't
solid
get
advice
tempted
for
because
sure.
of an image.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're banking on you doing that, so I mean,
Yeah.
that's
It's
why
the
they
issue.
do it.
I mean, look at
Like,
this. We got
Exactly.
purple Goku, black Cocoonsa, Rosie,
I mean,
yellow final form Frieza.
I hope Ndakuba
Kid
pulled
Buu.
Rosie by now.
I did not have her for the longest time. I think I pulled her like a
Same.
month or two ago.
Okay, not
and
that
I was
long.
so happy. I was just off a sparking the weekend ticket. Oh man, I was so happy. I find like it was like the only old character I didn't have.
Yeah, for me, Rosie, I think I pulled her on this collab we did, Brad, with Nolar on the Gotenks and Kefla banner. It's like a year ago, but still she was out for so long, and I got her on a ticket or something. I was so happy.
dude, mine was
no,
weird,
me
man.
too.
I had Rosie. Like everybody was like, man, I got like 2-star. I had like a 10-star. Like 3 months came out.
Whale.
She wouldn't like leave me alone,
Brienne
dude.
and
Like
Cocoonsa, but not Rosie.
I don't
Bratty
either.
whale.
I just got Cocoon to 5 stars,
Damn.
like, because I eventually started multi Z power because I could not pull her to save my life. But at this point, am I gonna use her? Even if she gets a Zenkai,
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna use her. Like, she's not gonna get a Zenkai. But even if she did, I'm not gonna use her. So it's like it's cool that they're there, but it's like they've been out for 2 years, and we're just now like, yeah, sweet, dude, I can get Rosie. Nice, dude, hell yeah.
Amazing. Amaze balls. But yeah, I actually got lucky on this banner. I think it took me 4K. I got 3 Napas and a Gohan, and I was just like, I got 1 copy of each. Was the
Wow.
baseline. I'm out. Because I remember the DKP and Broly banner. That was so awful. I got a 6 or 7-star Broly, and I think after 27K, I got my first DKP copy. Like, jeez. And I still needed
No
2K
joke,
more
my
for the
first
missions.
daily discount on that banner when it came out, I got Demon King Piccolo.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
The only time I got that lucky was with Broly and Chile, a unit that everybody needed and hyped
Oh
up.
god.
Wow, there's Chile, look at that. And she steals balls from the back pocket. Cool.
Oh, don't talk about that banner. Oh my
With
god.
the Vegito.
I'm so
Yep.
scarred.
Oh, yeah,
my
Mr.
God.
Fusion.
Oh,
man.
dude, I remember that. Yeah.
He came out on my
Dude.
birthday. I had all these chrono crystals ready. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be the perfect birthday present. I got shafted so hard. The amount of times I pulled Broly and everything, and I just didn't get Vegito at all. So I had to get him
Same.
when he returned on that yellow banner. Do you know when that banner came out for the yellow units?
Yeah, terrible bad.
Yeah, I spent so much chrono crystals. I think I spent so much more chrono crystals there, and I finally got him. Oh my god, I was so excited. And then I just pretty much had all this Z power, and I just made him very high stars from 2. So I was so happy to get him, but I had to get him when he returned. So yeah. Oh man, that banner.
I can
It's taking me back.
imagine Jonniku being like, okay, I don't want any birthday presents. I just want chrono crystals.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think we've all been there at one point or another. I think
I've
we've
been
all
like
been
that to my wife. I'm like, that's gonna be my birthday present. I'm just gonna get chrono crystals.
Send help in the form of crystals. Let's go.
Oh god.
I mean, yeah,
You know what we need though? I want to see like that Vegito Zenkai buffed, but we don't have like any yellow Zenkais that buff Saiyans
or fusions.
or fusions.
Imagine they Zenkai the Gotenks. And
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
I
then
was
they
thinking that.
reintroduce that bug where he has like 150% chance to feint the opponent.
Ooh.
I can see Jonniku's eyes lighting up right here.
I can
Sounds
I can get
about
down
right.
with that.
Kind of like the equipment that one equipment that is like glitched and just doesn't work.
Oh yeah, on the strike attack.
Yeah.
The PyCon one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
They need to fix that, bro.
Is that still not
Wow.
fixed?
I do not
don't
that
think so.
I haven't heard of it getting fixed. I feel like maybe either myself or somebody needs to double check it. It might have gotten fixed by now. I'm not sure.
Fair.
Oh, Hazard says it's not. Yeah.
Cool.
Oof.
Oh well. I mean,
Damn,
Which
that
just makes me
sucks.
paranoid about all my other equipment. It's like what other equipment is not working?
All of them.
Your 5% strike attack for every melee or Saiyan or whatever. That's
Every
all.
other equip. The only other equips that are working are the TOP equips. Easy.
All my BC TOP equipment.
I have just A's and C's mostly. Like I actually re-rolled a lot of them, like more than normal equips lately, because I don't play
I need
PvP
to,
all that
actually.
much anymore. But maybe we can talk about that after
Why
we
not?
talked about the raid. Noctis, how many have you done so far? 200, 400, 700, more?
Nah. Lately with the raids, I've been chilling. I like the new format because you don't need to go all out like that
Yeah.
to clear
Yeah,
the
yeah.
exchange shop, and I love that. I just get my battle points and get all the CC, and then it's like, do I want to play a bit? No? I can ditch. Doesn't matter. So I really like the format. I pray that they never change it, just like the freaking banners getting shafted right there. So please let the format be like that and keep it and just move on. The only issue is, like always, the boost characters. Like if you don't have new characters, it's kind of a hassle to go through the raid. But yeah, like if you have Gohan or Napa, you get through there like a breeze. If you have anyone else, it can be a hassle, but can be like it depends on your Rising Rush luck. If you get the Dragon Balls, do you not get the Dragon Balls?
Right.
It's so weird. Like sometimes you need like 2 or 3 shield breaks to get your Rising Rush, and sometimes you get it in like 10 accounts. It's so awkward.
But I mean, you can use Copy Man.
I don't know what to say.
You can use Copy Man for the raid.
Copium Man? Yeah.
Copium Man.
Sure,
What?
dude. But yeah, as an unfeatured option, I would say the Kaioken, the blue, the Zenkai one. If you manage to get him through the dailies to like Zenkai 3 or something,
he should
he's
be
like
at
a
3 right
really
now.
damn good option.
That
and
red
if-
Kakarot Goku's not bad if you have him Zenkai 7.
He's also pretty
Yeah,
damn good.
I've been
yeah.
using
Or
him.
Elf Piccolo.
And with,
All the Zenkai units, I guess.
I haven't seen too many LF Piccolos, but the 2 Gokus were like a charm.
Yeah,
I've seen
for
if
you
sure.
don't have
But like you
Napa
said,
or
as long as
Gohan.
you get the Dragon Balls.
Exactly, that's all you need. Yeah.
Or just use the green
if
Cyberman,
you have, like, a-
blow up.
Oh,
And
wow.
then don't like, but blow up.
Just
Actually be kinda
explode,
funny.
Blow up before the
explode.
Rising Rush.
oh my
Yes.
God.
And why is that purple Cyberman?
Bro, that's something I
thing,
could see
dude.
like just some random person doing, just like blowing
Such
up
a
on the
troll.
shield like before it even does damage. Like
Oh hell yeah.
just like some random
Just
person
blow
I
up,
match
man.
with, like, oh thanks, dude.
Yeah, no.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but other than that, I also have to say I really love the format with the missions, so that hoarders like Noctis can still get the Chronos, and
hell yeah.
you're also getting some other stuff actually from the combat rewards like energy, some bells, some of
Yeah.
the
Yes,
other
that is
medals and
true.
stuff, and
Yeah.
then also you can
Even those fragments.
yeah, and I also like that you can pick up medals just for the community coming together and achieving milestones. I think that's actually great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
also
good.
still the fact you can get your CC just from playing, and then once you
Yeah.
get your CC, you still have all your coins to go spend,
Yep, that's true.
which is huge.
Exactly. Not needing to spend the coins for CC. Humongous.
Yeah, no,
Big money.
yeah, it's such a huge improvement.
money.
The raid is because the way the raid is because I'm happy that people that hoard their CC, gets to finally, get CC from the raid. And also, yeah, you don't have to really worry about just doing it quickly, like what you had to do back then all the time. Like
Yeah.
I remember with the Android 17 raid, that one came out and everyone just eviscerated his health. Like, I don't know, I don't even know if he survived until the next login bonus, but a lot of people woke up because I think most of them were sleeping in the US. And they just couldn't do it at all.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
everyone
true.
just
Do
Do you
already
remember the
destroyed
Shenron
it.
raid, the first one? 2 hours.
That one raid, yeah.
Oh my god.
It starts at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
for
that's
us
how
in
this-
Germany,
yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
that's kind of a time I wake up
4
usually.
p.m. here, so it's not too bad here. But yeah, so I'm glad they changed it and people can get CC after 20,000, and that you can use your medals for other items. So yeah, definitely a very good way of doing the raid. And yeah, I just love here. I don't have to worry as much. I'm chilling with it. Like I've gotten up to maybe 500 chrono crystals received as rewards, but I can still chill with it. So it's pretty good.
Anything else to say about the raid? Brad, maybe? Did you play it at all or you don't care about it?
Actually, while you guys were talking, I was getting those 3 tickets from the raid shop.
Before
What did you get?
Yeah, I
was-
did
it
get
was-
the tickets.
It was
but I
3
got
hero
shanked.
units, so don't worry. It wasn't exactly anything great.
Yeah,
It's like-
same.
Yeah,
It was Frost, Pan, and Pan, so it was pretty good.
Amazing.
Oh,
How do you live with yourself?
But I mean,
Always had
it's
all-star luck
it's
on
always
those tickets.
nice with like the multi Z power and stuff like that. Like I'm a big fan. I'm like 800 away or something from a 14-star Gokua, so it's still nice to always get the multi Z power and even the 100 towards a sparking. That kind of stuff is nice. It's a much better system this way, but it's still like, it's never gonna be like fun because like Noctis pointed out, the boost units, that's always the problem, right? Like
Who
it's
do you chuck
literally
the
like,
sparking Z power on the 100 Z power, the sparking.
I don't know. I normally grab whoever I need, like honestly, because
Yeah.
I have a couple older units that are kind of weird. Like I think Red 18 is still 5 stars. I just cannot pull her to save my life. So it normally goes into units like that. Yeah, she's still 5
sure.
stars,
I
so
don't
she'll
even
get
get
that.
this
but-
the C power most
Bro,
of the
if she
time.
ever gets a Zenkai, she's gonna be incredible.
She's gonna probably
Well,
be
she's
up
been
like
out,
the
like-
top unit in TOP or something then as well.
Oh, hey, well at least there's no other 18s that are really good, so it doesn't really matter at least. That's good.
Right. Don't
Bro,
run.
if you look at Red 18's kit, like just imagine a Zenkai on top of it. I feel like she'd be really, really good, especially alongside Zenkai 18, the yellow
It
one.
would be crazy.
That sounds terrible.
and then
That sounds
yeah.
It's just because Red 18 basically supports and
yeah.
does some other stuff.
And then just Zenkai.
There's a
Green
couple units
Kefla.
that are like scary. Like there's a couple units that are scary out of nowhere where it's like, if they get a Zenkai, but see then I say that and they get their Zenkai and then I'm like, oh, okay, Gohan's
Yeah.
still the best. All right,
Yeah,
take it
I
back.
know,
Like,
right? Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
Especially nowadays
Oh.
with all the balanced Zenkais.
See, if Super Vegito gets a Zenkai, I'm a little worried because it's like, is it gonna?
Yeah, he'll be
help me
nuts.
out? Is it? I hope so.
Super Saiyan. Enough said.
Well, luckily, yeah, Super Saiyan being a Saiyan, like there's always stuff like that like will infinitely make the unit usable. Like even Kaioken Goku's kind of mid, right? Like he's just okay, but he's still
I just don't want him to
a
be
Goku
mid, that's all. I
Saiyan.
want him to be
like,
good, like good.
No, but what I'm saying is like he still comes out relatively good compared to others because I mean he's still Sun Family Saiyan, right? Like you can make it
Yeah.
work no matter what. It's the same when Purple Broly came out. Everybody was like, "Oh man, he's just okay," but it's like he's still pretty good because his movies Saiyan. Like he's still
Yeah,
solid.
Yeah, that was fine, I think. Because he could have been the same Juggernaut he was when he first came out, and that would have been scary.
Yeah.
Oh, Red Vegito. Some of us saw in the comments.
'Cause of the
that would be
lock.
nice.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
did that be?
scary.
Not even just a lot. His Z ability was it 40% to both defenses?
And then yeah,
Imagine having that on the bench just because you wouldn't put him there nowadays. He doesn't really fit, even no matter how good that is, right? What does he do? Strike attack for Vegito as well, I think?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got a disgusting 14 stars. So you give him like red fusion warriors, and he's an amazing bench unit at that point again. Like, he surges right back
Yeah.
to the top.
I brought him into a PvP match by accident. I forgot that I was in PvP and the timer ran out, and Vegito's in my third slot, the red one. Sorry, just my throat's a little weird. But yeah, like he was tanking pretty well and doing some little okay damage. But I remembered that he was getting Zenkai buffed by Super Gogeta. So his defense was still pretty good and the lock was useful. But yeah, just I really want to see him with a Zenkai because he's a very fun unit. I forgot how fun he was. He was always just sitting there in the bench. But yeah, just I'm hoping he gets a Zenkai, like, because he's very fun.
That
I love
actually
that
wouldn't
kind
be.
of stuff. Like, go ahead, you go
Oh
first.
yeah. I was gonna say that actually wouldn't be too bad of a Zenkai because there's already a red option with Super Gogeta, so I could see that, like, you know, people just having double red on their team or something like that. But that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I think it'd be great because I don't know. They're just doing Zenkais for like a lot of free to play characters that, you know, came out maybe last year, especially.
Yeah.
And then there's the ones before that they're not even touching anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure they said, like, with Green Gohan that, like, they were going to give him... I don't know if they were going to give him a Zenkai, but they mentioned something with him getting a Zenkai, the Legends Road one. And it still hasn't happened, luckily. But it's just a lot of Sparkings back then, like, maybe 2 years ago, just are not getting touched at all.
Yeah.
I kind of
probably
miss.
did.
I miss the like. So correct me if I'm wrong. The only two that have an LF comes out and then you get a unit that supports them. It's Vegito, right? The original purple Vegito that came out the LF. We got the red Vegito with him, and then Kid Buu, We got Bootanks, right? Has there been any other ones that I'm missing? Or Bukla, whatever it is. That have like come out and then they have a unit that goes on their team that you get for free to 14 stars. I think it's just those two.
I think we got Sab, the Kurt Vegeta with
Okay, yeah. That's right, yeah.
Gogeta Blue.
That Zenkai
and,
Broly, I
Frieza
guess.
and
Yeah, all the
Broly.
rising battles.
Yeah, I kind of missed that kind of thing. Like, imagine if we had gotten
Yeah, me too.
Ape
Me
Vegeta
too.
came out, but we also got a free-to-play very solid Napa instead of getting a summonable Napa the next week. I much prefer that personally because he has the recoded animations like we talked about. I wouldn't feel
his
so bad about them being
animations are
recoded. You gave me a
definitely,
14-star, and then you gave me a Gohan and, like we said, a sparking TN or something from that fight where he lost his arm or something. I think that'd be amazing, right? Personally, like Chaozu blows up, TN loses his mind. That would have been way better than what they did with it, because then you at least feel like you're getting something. Like even when the Bootanks came out, we all kind of were like, hey, he's mediocre, but it was still something you could just kind of try and have fun with, and it doesn't take them any extra effort just to use the same animations exactly again with a different kit. I'm sure it takes
low-key
effort, but you know
missed
what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I low-key missed the rising battles. Because I think you would get like 1,000 CC, you'd be getting a really good, like a pretty viable unit, especially in terms of
Dude, it was
that
so
Red
good,
Vegito.
man. I loved it. Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of grinding, but then again, you look
It
at like
was.
you look at the gauntlet nowadays, and it's like basically almost the same amount of grinding. You're getting less CC, like you're not getting 1,000, you're getting 700, and then you're not getting a
no new
unit either.
unit,
So it's like a
yeah.
downgraded version of Rising Battle.
yeah, and I
Disappointed
mean, you
that
can
they
skip the
haven't
first like
played Mario.
70 stages, right? Like you can
Yep.
do the
Yeah, which is
And that-
nice. I'm glad they added that.
It's
Yeah,
cool,
that's
but
true.
it's like, yeah, if I got something for that, give me a unit that I can work. Get rid of 9 stars. You don't have to cap them out. Even 7 stars, but something different. Like that Bardock one we just did. If we'd gotten some kind of Bardock with that, that event would have been amazing. Like so you can just reuse animations. I don't care. But let me use something that's kind of viable in the modern day. Because like green Bardock's not holding the candle anymore. I've used blue Bardock enough. And yellow Bardock was always mediocre. So it's like, give me something I can kind of use in the modern day. Just for fun. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But they've moved away from that mentality a lot of giving you like a character to that thing. And yeah, we have the Cybermen who are, we have the Outpool Force.
We're talking more about
Sparkings.
Sparkings, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I see what they're going for, but it's also kind of, we could be doing it different, basically.
So, I mean, Cybermen aren't that great, huh? They're,
Yeah,
let's face it, the
terrible.
I
Pool
was kinda
Force.
disappointed
Well,
with
the actual
Cybermen.
Cyberman is pretty decent, but the other ones, it's like, all right, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I've always wanted a free-to-play Gogeta with like the God Punisher special move animation. You know when you fight that Gogeta boss in the Broly events, and he has like that unique
green one,
animation
yeah.
like we can't use. Like I think that would have been a great free-to-play character, but I don't think they're ever gonna do it. It's just a nice wasted animation. I don't know if you all remember it.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think the Cybermen opened up the door for that, though, because that was the whole reason they made that like a selling point of them, is that these were units that were unusable, and they only had just models in the
Yeah.
game, and now they're usable. So I mean, the door is open, but I'm
Hopefully.
sure they hate using things like Gogeta as a free thing, and I kind of understand
Yeah.
that. That's where it's like, give me a Napa that's free, give me a Chaozu that's like really good and free that has exchange with TN or something. These units that aren't going to sell well, use them as your free units and then make me summon for Gohan. Make me summon for Goku. That's the way I see it, at least personally, but I don't know.
Bro, I still
I
feel
did
like
in Legends,
Toshi
though.
was just
Oh, yeah, sorry.
trolling when he was like, the Cyber. He was talking about the Cybermen. He was like, yeah, they'll actually be viable in PvP.
Yeah. Nice try.
I still feel like he was trolling.
Nice try.
But yeah, my bad. What were
But
you saying,
he just
Jonniku?
didn't.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
you're
just yeah, like I know how Gogeta is like a very popular character, but I liked how in the first anniversary like they gave me base Vegito for free because I didn't get Super Vegito, but I was happy with base Vegito. But I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. They made base Vegito free, so I was just kind of hoping they would do the same thing, like maybe a base Gogeta. But yeah, it's fine. It's all
Oh,
cool.
I'm down 100%. And they definitely can do that, but I think the first anniversary was like, they were really trying to hit it out of the park because it was the first anniversary. Now they're at a point where they're trying to save their butt. So I feel like
Yeah.
doing that may
Revival
not, like-
hybrids. Let's go.
Damage control.
I mean, I think that's got to be how they think. Like I said, it's either that or they're trying to get on trending because we're pissed off. It's one of the two. I don't know what it is, but it's one of those two options. Either they're like, this will save everything, or they're like, you know what, burn it down. We're just gonna get the clout from it. We're good to go. Like,
Let's go for exposure. Yeah, but also kind of connected to that is like, have you noticed how there seems to be a steady decline in people playing PvP lately? It's
yeah, for sure.
It's so easy to be like, let me check. Because I haven't played PvP in a couple of days. I'm probably still in the top 20K.
I'm like rank 45 or 6, and I think I'm like 11,000 rank. Let me check.
Yeah, I have like
which I never saw
6,341
before. I have to go
RP,
over
and I'm
50.
12,000. I haven't played for a couple of days.
Oh wow.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I'm
you're battle rank
6,190.
46, and
48.
you said you're right outside of the top 10K.
I'm 48, and I'm at 12,000.
Oh, yeah, I'm at
Dang.
48 actually. I
That's
didn't
actually-
realize. Yeah, I'm at 13.
That's actually pretty
39.
nuts.
That speaks volumes. Like that says
Yeah, it really
so
does.
much.
And I mean,
So
this
that,
season,
that, that feels like the
PvP
first
lately,
year the game
actually.
came out. Like you guys remember playing PvP the first 6 months?
yeah.
How easy it was, and like,
Yep.
and then it got ridiculously hard once like Super Vegito dropped because everybody wanted to play the game. It was hype, and now we're back to this again, and it's like that says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm
I've noticed
surprised.
this season and last season especially. And even the season before that, I feel like we've been on a steady decline of players.
Because I didn't play PvP much the last 2 seasons, but I did still do some battles, and I was still somewhat in like under 15,000. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Just not much people are playing it.
Yep. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I guess they have been alienating a lot of people with their choices. After we got the revival Gohan, wasn't there another hybrid outrage before this Gohan? I might misremember it, but I think there was something else, right?
There was
where'd we go?
when the blue Gohan dropped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was Gohan
And
and
I
Goku at the
understand
same
it.
time.
Zenkai is true.
I
Being a Zenkai, yeah.
I completely understand why people are upset because you just struggle to understand like the thought process of like how they decide to make characters and how they release characters and the timing of it. I mean, I definitely can understand why some people are upset for sure.
Yep. I mean, I think CVG said, or some people also on the like Twitter said, it's about being like tone deaf in a way, Just saying,
Yeah.
okay, people are already kind of fed up with seeing hybrids pretty much everywhere, and now we get 2 Zenkais for them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so like think about how wild it is. Number one, all the hybrid love, we see that. But then now we have these banners. There's multiple things to complain about that have happened the last couple of like months, to the point where it's like, what are you guys doing? Like where they release Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then the next banner would be Topo, and it's like, bro, like they fought each other. Like they literally fought each other. That could be a
Yeah.
banner. Like don't split that up. Like we know what you're doing. It's not even like kind of like sly anymore. It's like we
Open.
see exactly what
Obvious.
you're doing. Like yeah, we're Dragon Ball fans. We don't read, but we can see. Like it's just infuriating.
Yeah, and then also
Like,
all these single sparking step up banners.
yeah,
Yeah.
single
been
LF
doing what
step
Brad
up,
said
single
for a long
LF banners
time,
too.
yeah.
I'm
Like
worried
that's
for the step-up
insane.
banners now because of this all-star banner. Oh no.
Yeah.
I do think, that like we've already said, there's definitely a steady decline in the player base, but I feel like there is definitely like a lot of dedicated players. I don't think the game is like gonna die or anything like that. There's been like
Yeah, same
rumors,
here.
people
Yeah.
saying the game's like dead or it's dying, and I don't think it's a dead game, and I don't think it's gonna die for a while. I just think Legends really needs to like, I feel like they really just need to think about how they release units, the timing. They need to have people in the development team playing PvP so they know what the meta looks like. I don't know, I'm sure they probably do have people, that play PvP, but I don't know, for whatever reason lately, it just doesn't seem like the timing of their character releases, it just doesn't make sense. But
It hasn't made sense for a while, honestly. Like you can harken back even to like Gogeta Blue coming out, and then obviously we all know his worth, and we see that now. But he came out, and then Vegeta came out, and Vegeta was almost better. And it's like, well, why would I spend 50,000 to try to go get a 6-star Gogeta when I could just spend 7,000? And I got Vegeta, who's easily
Facts.
just as good, if not better. It's been that way for so long that it's just like you can go back all the way to like Fat Boo and stuff like that. Remember how much those used to cost and everything.
Ugh.
They've been tone deaf for a long time, but when the game was hype, it didn't matter. And even like Gogeta Blue and stuff, you can kind of get around it because, okay, it was a fun celebration. We got 2 LFs, but they were pretty easy to, you could make it work. Fine. It just keeps getting worse, and they're not changing anything. That's where the big infuriating part is, that it's like they almost refuse to change stuff when it's like you see it's not working. We all see it's not working.
And
I don't have to see your numbers to see your number 42 on the App Store. Like I don't have to see your numbers to know that.
Yeah, and also, I mean, they also get feedback or have don't they have like a weekly call with the bigger content creators? So I'm assuming that they should at least have been made aware of issues.
I don't think it's weekly anymore. It used to be weekly. But I think it's been like a couple months now because Toshi had that problem with his back. Okay. Don't quote me on that though.
So breaking news, Bradical said. Yeah, but I mean, just in a way, and I mean, they also say that they read comments, they watch videos, they, they see stuff on Twitter, but it doesn't seem to get through. Or I don't know, maybe they really just don't have the resources, or Big Daddy Bandai says no.
I think it's Bandai more than anything. I think so personally, but
go ahead, Noctis.
They just push their plan. Like they already have like the plan laid out. And they're like, nah, we brute force it. We have to take it, Brett.
Everything went according to plan, just that the plan was bad.
Exactly. The plan is bad, but they can't change it because they have to brute force it through, like the Saiyan saga.
Understandable that a lot of things probably come down to development time too. Like, so they plan these things out, they make these units months ahead of time, and then they're like, we just got to rock with it now. But then it's like, you got to be better at prepping then. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I'm not going to feel bad for you when we've been doing this for 3 years and you've gotten this feedback. So say they made Napa even in February. Okay, well then in January you should have sat down and thought, what are we going to do over the next 7 months of this game to pull it back? And you've had this feedback for 2 years now on all this negative stuff, and they just don't change it.
The thing is also,
I guess Dokkan better. I don't know. Like,
let's not start that. But the thing is that also if they let's say they sit down in January and they already know the next outcoming cards, because if they make them half a year ahead, they already made the other cards before Napa, for example, right? And I also don't think that necessarily, I mean, even if they have a small team, it should not take them so long in the times of agile software development. I mean, okay, you need to think about the balance of the game, of course, but coding wise, I don't think it takes a long time to, put in the uniques and stuff like this. I think honestly for me, I think that even rigging the 3D models and stuff might take longer than actually coding the the uniques and stuff into the game, because it's pretty much rinse and repeat. Like, okay, he buffs this tag with this many percent strike, attack, and defense, and then when he enters the battlefield, he does this. When he pops a green card, he gets key and draws 2 cards. It's like, it's all very cookie cutter. They already have all that stuff. They just need to just mix and match it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And obviously there's things we probably don't see on the back end. I mean, for all we know, when they're paying for different stuff to get use of these models and stuff like that, we don't know all the details, right? Like maybe there's a couple characters that aren't technically owned by a certain place where you get all your stuff owned. Who knows how that works? Yeah. But you're also like a multi-billion-dollar IP. I think if anybody can handle it, you can handle it.
Or
it's
you should.
Look at yeah, it's like you should be able to. Like at this point, we've done this for 3 years now. The first year, I kind of understood. A little bit of things, maybe we want to elongate it a little bit. We got to make sure we stretch it out. Fine. We're at a point now where we're already repeating units, and we've repeated units 1 to 2 times at this point. So it's like you're not doing anything crazy or wild. You can't convince me you are, because we've already had almost every single unit that is a possibility. Like things like Evolution Blue Vegeta. You got to make a special model for that. You got to do this. But then when you mess it up and you fudge up the banner by making it just him, that falls on you then. Like you could have made that Topo as well. Even Kale and Caulifla, you could have had a 3-featured banner for something as hype as Evolution Blue Vegeta, but you want to just smack that one on there, you're going to take the L. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, and also like Prof Hulk said, in the chat, that most of these animations for Napa are already recycled, so how does it take him that long to develop him? I mean, we technically don't know how long it actually takes to develop him, but yeah, if they recycle animations, like for example with the purple Buhan, which they pretty much just recycled all of the green Buhan's animations, that's not going to take that long. I think it's then mostly about balance.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have any clothes, to be fair. Okay, guys, they had to make a new model. He's in his underwear. All right, they had to be fair.
Yep.
That's where it all went. The development.
From now on, he will be known as Banana Hammock Napa.
I would like to picture Toshi going to Bandai and like, all right, I got the new character coming out. It's gonna take me a couple weeks. I gotta put him in his underwear. So give me 3 to 4 weeks. I'll get this model all ready. I do like pictures.
That's true.
No, so honestly though,
that's where it all went.
The first way, like how I think they can start mending fences and fixing things is get back to their more regular schedule of actually pushing out. Like, for example, when was the last time we got one of those management newsletters? I don't remember. It's been so long. And I remember that they had them like 3 months in a row for like pretty frequently, and then they just stopped again. And I really liked those updates because it was interesting to see what they're up to. It was kind of nice that they reached out to the community in this way. And I think the first thing they need to do is actually like react to feedback a little bit more. I don't know if they can or if Bandai also says nope, but I feel like this would be a good start. You know, it's just like, okay, we heard the feedback. We're going to, like try and take steps in the direction to restore balance in the universe, whatever.
Yeah.
And then also obviously following through.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, man. I feel like, community outreach is very important, and they need to be, hopefully they see kind of people's reactions to stuff and they can adjust accordingly, but I don't know.
I mean,
Just hope
even
they don't do another all-star banner like this.
please no.
I feel like there's certain tags we're always going to see new units of, but then it comes down to, there's also other tags that need some love, before we get certain units. So I feel like they really have to decide, do they want to keep releasing hype units just to make people summon, or do they want to maybe show some love to, some other tags that might need it a little bit more?
Dude,
and
at the same time,
help
like this
balance the
whole
game.
like giving us maximum 2 new units or something, besides the anniversary was 17 new units, but giving us 2 new units, it's like that you could throw in so many little tiny extra units. Do exactly what Dokkan does. They'll give you like a Bardock and they're like, hey, here's Lord Slug. Because
Yeah.
Lord Slug's not going to sell.
Just mix a match.
Do that kind of stuff. Like, you don't have to be this weird like timing thing where they have to do Vegeta and then it goes into Topo and Kale and Khalifa, then we cycle back to the Saiyan Saga, and then we don't need to follow a timeline here. Like, you could give me Ape Vegeta with whatever other unit. I know Mega
Napa.
Shinron. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter,
They
right?
did
They
that
can
a
be.
lot back then, like with Goku.
Yeah,
Black
they used to
and Great
change it up a
Saiyan Man
whole
1 and 2,
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they don't anymore. They're just like following the timeline, but they're also hindering themselves in multiple ways then by doing that, because it's like we kind of know what's coming, so we already kind of take the hype away a little bit, right? Just because it's okay. Well, we knew Evolution of Vegeta. We're gonna get something else, Tournament of Power, and then they split it up on top of that, and it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
even
they've
get
been super random
step-ups
lately.
anymore.
Yeah.
The only
fast
pattern
walking.
I've seen lately is the hybrids. That's the only pattern I've seen.
Yep.
I agree. All right. I think we are going to take a quick 3-minute break. And when we come back, we are going to take your questions from chat. So make sure you have them locked and loaded. We'll have one person be the MC. Donations and bits take priority, but we try to answer as many as possible. And with that said, we'll be right back. All right, we are back. And MC Swift is going to take your questions. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Swift. Take it away.
Yo, mic check, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Yo, okay, so we got Mist asking, do you think it's even worth spending on any banners until these big celebrations like New Year's, which have multiple units on a banner? What do you guys think about that?
No. I mean, unless it's a character that you really like, or you're one of those people min-maxing your team and say, like, for example, Swift, you play God Key. If there's a God Key unit that is a featured unit, so like a 1% unit, then it could be worth it if that unit makes your team. But other than that, it's really only just collection, honestly. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. You want to, I feel like most of the time, it's going to be better for you to save for the bigger celebrations for sure. But kind of like Palm said, if you're somebody that has like one or two, really good team setups and you really only want to chase those specific tags, then it can always be worth it to chase an all-star unit or something. I mean, Clapku was an all-star unit. I remember I chased him pretty hard just because he was God Key. I saw the revival and stuff like that. So there's definitely situations where it might be worth it, but probably most of the time it's better to save for the big celebrations. That's where like usually the hype characters are going to be coming from.
Also,
We
most
have
of the
to
time
Black Friday
it's
soon.
a big value banner. Not like right now with the 1LF banners
Yeah.
and the weird all-star banners, especially like this one with the 0.1% rate.
Oh yeah,
big
if they continue the
celebrations,
same format,
they
bro,
have more value.
I'm not looking forward to that if they continue the same format.
Yeah, I'm not
Nah,
summoning.
hell no.
They do it again.
Like, for real. Mustache asks a good question. What do you think is the best way to bridge the gap between hybrids and Sun Family when it comes to PvP? Do you think the boost system is good or... Yeah, so basically, what do you guys think is the best way to, kind of balance the gap between, hybrids, Saiyans versus all the other team setups?
I feel like one thing we often talked about is that they need to get basically every team needs a FSK Gohan like unit, because I don't think that they're going to nerf a unit that people have paid for, right? So FSK Gohan nerf is probably unrealistic. And with that said, I feel like if they had, like you have Android 18 who is really good, but then the rest of the Androids team is kind of lacking at this point. But they need to kind of focus more on all of the teams and not just give one tag all the love and then move on to the next tag, because then that next tag is going to be the next problematic one. So it could be region, and then it's going to be Saiyans. Well, it's already Saiyans, and then it could be something else, So instead they should do kind of what Brad said a little bit. What he suggested is mix and match the units a little bit more and give us like a Ape Vegeta with Sin Shenron or something like this, just to give to kind of balance out the teams that might take on this.
Yeah, I agree. They need to, show some love to some other tags, maybe spread out some more revival units, maybe drop a Vegeta family only revival unit, maybe drop an LOE revival unit. There's certain tags that need the love a little. Like, you go look at the tier list on Game Press, and you can see, like, there's, 4 or 5 teams at the very top. They don't really need the love. You look at the teams at the, mid-tier, closer to the bottom, maybe they need some more love, So
do you guys think that I personally think Ape Vegeta should have been a revival unit as opposed to a endurance? Personally,
What would he have?
I think revival would have been a lot better. Revive as the great ape. I don't know. I see that's the problem. You start getting into like what would the revival be, but I mean for like viability.
Yeah.
On like specific teams. Although he's not Vegeta family, so I guess it wouldn't really matter. It's completely neutral. Maybe Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta should have been one then. I don't know.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Into Blue Evolution. I would have liked
he revives as Blue Evolution and like talks about how he cares about Bulma Trunks, whatever, doesn't matter.
that would have been so
For 10
dope.
minutes, that's the
Yeah,
cutscene.
That would have been infinitely better. But see, then you start getting into the way you have, okay, now I have Saiyans with another revival, and you have Godki with another revival. All these teams have too much crossover in the negative that way. It's the same thing if we got a Trunks with revival. Okay, well, now he's a hybrid. It's like, there's no way around it with these kind of teams, The way the game has been
Free
built.
Sun families have revival now.
Yeah, because
Free
it's
Sun,
Gohan.
Free Sun family characters. Yep. Gohan, Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they definitely need to be spreading these out more if they continue to drop more revival units, which I'm assuming that they're going to be doing. So we got a sub from Chum Chum. He asked, what character do you feel has been mis or underrepresented in the game? And he says his is God Goku.
There's a lot.
That's a good one. I would say Garlic Jr. For sure.
Yeah, I wanted to say as well, Garlic Juice.
All right, bro, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was my first thought, too, yeah.
But I feel like also we don't have a good Super Vegito anymore. Like he's just, all the Super Vegitos that are there have
I've
fallen
been
off.
Craving.
And like from the show,
wanting-
he's like my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z. And right now,
Yeah, that's a good one.
right now you don't have one that
Yeah.
you would use anywhere.
No, we don't. And I would like a new one as well. So yeah, I think for me, it'd be nice to get a new Super Vegito if they don't want to Zenkai the LF one.
If I say Trunks, is that out of left field?
Not
Looking
really.
at the Trunks, I don't really like that many Trunks characters. Like,
They always get shafted, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
the
it's-
hybrid that
I mean,
gets
the
shafted.
newest
Which
Trunks that came
would
out,
you like?
his aesthetic is the best Trunks by far. The one that came out that fought
Yes.
Goku, right?
Oh yeah.
Aesthetically
Yes.
amazing, but he's just not very good. I mean, you got to give me where he kills Mecha Frieza. Like, you got to that's got to be the one that would be the goated
yeah.
one. That's the LF, right? Like, that has to be.
The slasher.
So that's probably one I would go with. Yeah, I'd say Trunks probably.
What about you, Noctis? Sarah?
Yeah, good question, man. I mean, I like seeing characters that are not in the game. So, Gallic Jr.
Monica.
It would be funny,
Oh God.
but I don't know. I just don't want to see more Gohan, to be honest.
No, what we need is
Let's
all
talk about
the
the
clowns
opposite.
and angels from Tournament of Power.
That would have been cool, but God Key would have got such a huge buff from
But
that.
imagine the angels don't have God Key for some reason, but they get like an angel team going, or their kit is just geared towards angels, so that you can play them with like Whis, Vados, and then just the angels, for example.
Oh yeah, what about the sparking Whis exactly?
That's
Hazard
a good
just
one.
said.
That's a good
Yeah.
one. That needs to
Already in the
happen.
game, but only as EX and for
Yeah.
such a
And
long
he's
time
still
now.
okay.
Oh
Over
my
2 years.
God.
I have no idea why. Is there any logic behind gold, red, or green equipment slots? Yeah, basically, I mean, obviously you want to aim for the when you're re-rolling equips, you want to aim for that first slot to be either gold or red. But I have a lot of Z's where the first slot's green, and then I just get lucky on the last 2 slots. So
I don't
it
even-
really just depends. But yeah, you can calculate all that if you're ever curious. You can go to DBZ Space and like you can look up the specific equipment, and it'll tell you. Exactly how to get, how much you need to get an S or how much you need to get a Z.
Yeah, but also I think that the question is maybe what do green, yellow, and red mean, and it just means how good that slot is. So green is bad to mid, yellow is it's pretty good, and the red slot means it's almost perfect, right? So that's the highest percentage you can pretty much get.
Yeah.
And so basically you can easily see which equipments you wanna keep and which ones you wanna maybe not even try and re-roll. Because personally, I tend to not keep anything that's not a red slot. Because it's just a waste of erasers. You need like better rolls on the other slots, so I tend to keep red slots only. And that killed the conversation. What's up with you guys?
Oh, there's a question.
I'm looking for questions.
Hi. I killed it again.
You flex sword with the
No,
red
no, you
slot.
didn't. Don't worry. You're a revival unit. It's okay. You'll come back to me.
Cool silence. Yes, God sensei.
Yeah, Siobhan, I agree. They really do need to step away from hybrids for a while. Like, for a while.
Yeah, like 6 months. I'm not trying to see him until like February. Yeah.
Here's the thing. What if they go back to doing sort of like a Goku Black theme for Black Friday, and then we get Sword of Hope Trunks? Is that the right time to do that?
No, I don't want it now. No,
The right time.
not right
Just
now.
don't
Not
buff
right now.
hybrids.
A3
Yeah,
asks,
no,
when do you
no,
think the Legends battle pass will drop?
Together with the guild update.
So never.
Never.
Never, yeah.
I thought it was supposed to happen recently.
They wanted to do
that,
it.
I could see them saving it for
plan.
like New Year's or something.
But they wanted to release it end of August. That's what it said in the.
Did they say
in the
end of
news.
August?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that. They said
In
that.
the video or in the news.
It's not
the
too
rematch
bad.
I thought they
co-op
said
button.
end of
Coming
the
up
year.
on 2 months.
No,
Not
end
too
of the
bad.
years is the leader update.
Oh. Maybe they've
Yeah, they
scrapped.
said
Maybe
end
they
of
scrapped the
August.
idea. Then who knows?
Or they're still trying to figure out themselves what the prime tickets are going to be.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, no.
I feel like right now I'm like the least hype I've ever been to spend money on Legends.
Yep.
So like I think like right now, I've never been less hyped to spend money.
Dude.
Even like $7.99, I'm like,
Yeah.
that could be food though. That could
that
be
is-
a meal, bro. Like,
Dude, that is
Yeah.
that is also how I measured it. It's like,
True.
okay, 1st of October, the new sale got around. I'm like, pfft, nope.
Like,
Yeah,
yo, that's
like-
a kebab, dude.
That's like
it's
two
not even
kebabs
enjoyable to
at
get
Riyadh.
1,060 for $8.
I mean,
Yeah,
once you get in the mindset
exactly,
where
yes.
you just chase like
Exactly.
1 or 2 tags, like you can end up saving like a decent amount of free to play CC.
Yep.
Oh, dude, yeah. The last couple units have not been necessary in the slightest. Like they're fun,
Yeah, a lot of skippable
but they've not been
banners.
necessary. Even the anniversary, Goku was the only necessary one, bro. I said it. Okay. He's the only unit you needed.
Hey, LF
Better than everybody
Zamasu's
else.
goaded. LF Zamasu's
He's
goated.
good, but it's an LF. You never want to chase too far on those, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's just,
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that for sure.
hey, dude, this is where I feel like a boomer. I still missed the 20%. You guys remember when Red Gohan came out? Oh my goodness. I wish I had just gone in way back when. got him like to 14 stars when it would have costed me like a 15th of the price. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
I miss those like guaranteed sparking like higher rate tickets. I feel like the ones now just aren't. I don't know if there's much of a difference, but it just feels like the sparking tickets now that we get, I never get the hype new unit. I feel like
Yeah,
back
they
in
are
the day
just
they had
not
better
hype.
rates, but I could be tripping.
I got
Those
lucky
tickets
twice,
is
but yeah,
just
no.
not hype.
I did get lucky with Grade 8 Vegeta off the ticket, but that was pretty much it.
What were you saying, Noctis?
Like before, you got so hyped when you got that ticket, but nowadays,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's- yeah.
Let's just
Yes,
throw it
exactly.
and see what happens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But before, you had like a what, 50% to get like a new unit or something like that.
Or like
when
on
you,
Beerus on
like,
Gohan?
look at the percentages. Even before, like after that banner, but like before that time where it's like a single summon, like right now. It's like a single summon, but sparking only. But the rates are still the same for the new unit, like 0.5 for the Vegeta. And before it was like the what, like 5%? And then 20% on the other featured units that are new. So it added up to like what, I don't know, 45% to get a new unit. And now it's like, yeah, you have that 0.5 to get the new unit.
Let's
and
go!
it's the only new unit.
Yeah,
So it's like a single summon.
pretty much.
Well, I think it all
Summon
tailors
point
back
ticket,
to.
rate different,
Go ahead, Jonniku.
I think. No, I'm saying there's two. I know there's two sparking tickets for Vegeta, for example, but is the one from the coins?
That one's I think 5%.
5%.
I thought it was 5%.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
No.
he's 5, but the other
Wait,
one
what?
is 0.5.
Oh yeah. Oh, those.
But for
Oh,
that
those
5%
units, yeah.
ticket, you got to do like a full entire rotation, yeah? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
the
that's
problem.
bad.
that's a lot. Like,
No, it is
that's a
bad.
lot for a
No, no,
5%
yeah, yeah.
chance.
But wasn't
if
that
you're wailing out,
Exactly.
wasn't
it almost guarantees you're at least going to get them relatively quick if you're wailing out, right? 30,000.
Yeah.
I know this
But
sounds like
it's
a
not
lot to a lot of
worth it.
people, but
isn't it 40? For the first unit?
I think it
30
is
is for
40.
the, no wait, 20, it was like 24 or something for the Legends Limited Z Power, and I think it's 40-ish K for the unit, right?
Yeah, it's around 40.
which that sounds like a whole lot to, I know, like free to play and stuff like that, but if you whale any time ever in this game, you could go 60K and not get anything, like easily.
Yeah.
So it's still decent. It's just, it's sad that it's decent.
I mean, the thing is that I think before it was also about a rotation to get one of those tickets. Like, let's say at the UI Goku banner, for example, I think you still had to do one rotation of multis to get that 5% chance ticket. So technically, it's back to square one or like square, I don't know, 10, where people were not.
I know, but they have to keep like wording it differently when it's like, just keep it consistent. Like, that's where people get confused and lost. And like, luckily Legends, I mean, they have a lot of currencies, but really Chrono Crystals is probably the most important currency. And like, it's easy. You play these other games that have 15 different types of currencies that you can buy and spend in different ways. And luckily Legends doesn't do that, but they change it up
What do you
every
mean?
single time. And it's like, bro, like, just keep it the same. We had a good thing going with All Stars. I think we were all kind of in the same boat that it's like, this isn't bad. This is fine. The units come back. They got decent percent. We can pull that. Sometimes it's annoying when you keep pulling Topo or like you keep pulling the Wolves over and over again, whatever else. Yeah, it's annoying, but it happens, right? Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is not better, so.
But what do you mean we don't have
We've
like
ranted
15
enough
different
today.
currencies? Have you seen the exchange shop?
No, we do. But it's not the same as other games where like they determine summoning and some of those currencies feed into the main currency. Like I can't exchange. It's not the same kind of thing, right? I can't buy multiple types of currencies to try and confuse me, like a lot of these other
that's
mobile
fair.
games. Chrono Crystals is the one purchasable one that you can buy, and it does everything you really need it to do. You got these other games I've played like I don't know off the top of my head, where they have these currencies you can buy extra stuff and then exchange it into the actual currency or get different types of items, and it's just confusing for people who don't keep up the same way like a content creator would. Legends thankfully doesn't do that kind of stuff, but then they change their banners every single week, and it's like, all right, cool.
Guess I'm not doing that anymore. Yep.
Yeah, they do change them up a lot. It's very annoying, especially if the new All-Star banner, because it's not good. I just don't want it to stay like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how you have to analyze the banner like every time a new one drops.
Hey,
Yeah.
it gives us
Like,
content, right?
What changed? What changed?
For the content, let's go. But yeah, speaking of content, this part of content is now over. Goodbye. No, but that wraps up the podcast for this week. Thanks again, Jonniku, for whom it is now 6:30 a.m., I believe.
Yep. That's right.
For staying
That's
up late
right.
or
All good.
getting up early, however you want to put it. And this podcast will, of course, go live on YouTube in about 24 and a half hours. So if you missed parts or want to rewatch it, make sure to drop over there. Give us a subscription on YouTube as well if you haven't, because we have more followers on Twitch than we actually have subscribers on YouTube. So Twitch versus YouTube, who wins? And yeah, with that said, we will be back next week with episode 54. Don't forget to check out our creators, Noctis and Swift, stream mainly on Twitch these days. So I don't know, Swift, do you still do YouTube every day?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Almost every day.
So yeah, Swift, you can check him out on YouTube as well. Brad has YouTube videos and Jonniku as well. So make sure to check out their Twitter to find their links. And with that said, have a good rest of your days, nights, and look left and right before crossing the
We
street.
have a video dropping in a half an hour. It's Top 10 Worst Zenkai's Part 2. Dropping in 30 minutes on Fight Night Gaming Mobile. So check that out.
There you
If
go.
you want to see who we say is the absolute worst Zenkai in the game, go check that
There
out.
we go.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're gonna raid off to one of our team members, Mini Maxi, and wish you farewell. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Bye.
Peace.
Peace
See you
out.
later.
Goodbye.